Oh, hello folks. Happy Christmas Eve. Nothing in this episode is a promotion, nor is it a recommendation, and no, we're not going to talk about Slashdot. We're going to go to the YouTube homepage. Now, this is Turkish Delights. I've noticed that, you see, I've told you in the past that the YouTube data centers service my computers with different data centers. And so what they know about me depends on which computer I'm using to go to YouTube, because I have more than one computer. And it seems that lately, with respect to what I call the Turkish Delights type of channel on YouTube, I first see new ones on the other machine. Now what I did here is I've already scrolled way down until it says it doesn't want to give me any more. And I've been keeping a list of the ones that I've discovered. And the one we're interested in today that I discovered yesterday on the other machine is called Pulse of Agenda. So I've scrolled down, so it's given me all of the offerings, and then I have here the word Pulse. It says there's 5 of them. Pulse of the World. Well, we already know about Pulse of the World. I've already got that one. I've made a video about it. We're looking for Pulse of Agenda. This is Pulse Gun. Pulse of the World again. Pulse of Agenda. And Pulse of Agenda. So it's starting to feed over here. Now this one is 5 hours ago. And this one was 15 hours ago. Let's go to the home page. More than a channel, Pulse of Agenda, War, Politics, Conflicts, Economy. There's Biden, and I never can remember his name. He's the Prime Minister of the UK. Oh, there's Putin, and there's Bibi. Now, the thing is, I always have trouble with my frog. The frog always wants to get into it. 148,000 subscribers, 211 videos. Pulse of Agenda channel, fast, reliable, and unbiased. Oh, this is one of the advanced ones where they've got a long dissertation of who they are, what they are, and all of that. Very well disguised. About Us. Pulse of Agenda is an English content platform. Now this is the first time where someone has said we're exclusively in the English language. Because I showed you one that seemed to be in English, except of course it was originally something to do with in Turkish. But then it had Spanish and another language as kind of sister channels. Same videos, but in a different language. But they use the same icon in English, but didn't translate it to Spanish on the Spanish. You got it. Our content, our news is prepared through a rigorous research and verification process. Now that would mean that everything that you're going to see here is the final truth of events. Our video content focuses on war history and global economic events, and we present them in an understandable and impressive way. An impressive way. I haven't watched any of the videos. Our main goal is to convey the events in every corner of the world to our audience with an objective perspective and make the information reliable and accessible. Now they have 211 videos, but the channel has been here since 2020, February. So you know what we do. We click on videos, and yes, they have enough videos that they have latest, popular, and oldest. And we have to test it to see if it's actually a Turkish Delight, so to speak, category. I think so. Now I read the blurb, right? I read the blurb. It's in Turkish. Three years ago. This is what they were doing 3 years ago. It's kind of like not just crocheting, but you can see what their theme was 3 years ago. High impact news, the latest worldwide perspectives. Right? Unbiased. I'm making fun of it. The veneer is so thin. 5 hours ago, 15, 1 day, 2 days. Oh, 7 days ago, they were still making that Turkish. Oh, no. Yeah. Easy. Well, oh, wait a minute. You see what they did here? They have it first in Turkish, and then they have it in English. So they were expanding their audience, at least in terms of the title. Yeah. First it's in Turkish, and then it's in English. I haven't watched the videos to see but I'm sure there's English subtitles. So we're back to a month ago, 2 months ago. It's pretty sure this is Turkish Delight. The money is in this. Notice, big headline in one color, then a secondary big headline in a different color, split view on the thumbnail, right? Now all that's missing is something down below. So there must be at least 2 different camps or 2 different tool set setups. Now I'm suspicious that when they use the word agenda, that other agenda one is somehow related. And with a splash across the top like this, maybe they're leaving themselves enough room to, when the current conflict goes quiet, they'll find something else. I don't know. I think it's just a disguise, a diversion. They're trying to look like they're like the New York Times channel. I don't want to say BBC. I remember the BBC 50 years ago. You could tune into the BBC and get hard-hitting world news and commentary. The crap they have on there now is children's channel. Oh, let's look at community, just for the fun of it. I haven't looked. Up until 2 days ago. See, they haven't. See, it's a sudden switcheroo, isn't it? Just sudden. Were they a bot waiting to be used in case of an emergency? Or is it something in Turkey, they've been doing this and it's spreading and the money is in these kind of videos? Excuse me. Israeli 557th Brigade reveals secret elevator in tunnel. IDF last-minute report, victory for the Givati Brigade. Is there a Givati Brigade? Yes. Israeli heavy armor entered Tulkarm. That would be, now this is where my mind wanders, but I'm going to show you that there's a reason why I'm going to show you about Tulkarm. Now I could look for Tulkarm, but what I'll do instead, I'll say, and this is related to videos I've made in the last couple of months. Hof HaSharon Junction. I'll just say Hof HaSharon Junction, otherwise known as Beit Lead. Go and look for a video I did about Beit Lead, B-E-I-T space L-I-D. HaSharon Junction. There was, not when I was there, there was a terrorist attack because it was a main thing. I used to get off the bus, one bus, and get another local route to my final destination, the kibbutz I was staying on. There are always a lot of folks coming and going on their reserve or active duty at that junction. And one day, see, it's Highway 57, Highway 4. The junction serves as a large transportation hub for dozens of Egged and Kavim buses. I used to ride the 72 bus from Tel Aviv. 72 bus would go from Tel Aviv to Haifa, but it would get off at Beit Lead to get a local one that would stop at the kibbutz because the 72 wouldn't stop. It's more an intercity bus. It was a bus in which the terrorists occasionally would put a bomb on. That's 50 years ago. But in 1995, Islamic Jihad killed a bunch of soldiers with a suicide bomber. And that's the monument to them. Now, why am I on this? Let's click on where it is. And let's go to Google's Maps. And there it is. Now, what was I talking about? Tulkarm. So here's the junction. There's the kibbutz I was on that I would catch the local bus to. And there's Tulkarm. And if you're standing here and you look east, you can see Tulkarm because it's up on a hill. You would look at titles like this and you see Tulkarm doesn't mean anything. Terrorist hotbed, always had been, at the narrowest waist of Israel, less than 10 miles from Tulkarm to the sea. At the narrowest point in Israel. Always thought to be a likely invasion route so they could push from enemy territory, which at that time was Jordanian-occupied Philistine, West Bank, to the Mediterranean. Have I ever heard of the Givati Brigade? I knew somebody in the Givati. So it says they destroyed dozens of something and they got dogs in there, and then it's about this stuff. So what I've done is I've given you a little tour of the latest one to join the crowd. There will be more, I'm sure. Eventually we'll figure out what it is they're doing. Because when this problem in the Middle East finally burns itself out, what are all these channels that I'm keeping track of going to switch to, or are they just going to go back to Turkish Delights? Crochet, food, desserts in Turkish, going back to sleep to be ready for the next need, or who are they? Still don't know. Steve A.B. for ya. Just having fun. Merry Christmas. Saint, see you at 73.